Well, hello, friends. Pastor Joe again, and I have some more ideas for how to make Christmas Eve and Christmas Day special for you and your family as we go into this very unique Christmas time together. It's going to be hard to think about because, Christmas, it moves so fast. By the next thing you realize, the day is done. And so, how do we, in this unique season where Christmas gatherings, where connecting with family services might look really different than what we've gotten used to, what we normally depend on to make this time special? I had a couple ideas I wanted to recommend, just some things that I think could be helpful as we are preparing to ring in this special time and to build those moments with our families where even our kids are more sensitive to and being aware of where God is in this time. So I want to just give us some encouragement on how to make Christmas Eve, the night, and then Christmas Day moments to connect with our family, moments to build not only special memories but also spiritually impactful moments with our kids. And so here's just a couple ideas on how to make Christmas Eve and Christmas Day special. First, Christmas Eve services might look a little different this year. The way that we connect together, gathering, being different, it's going to be hard to make those things work. If you're able to join us for our 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 10:30 service, that's wonderful. You're welcome to do that. If you're tucking in and staying home, in the description below is a link to our YouTube channel that has all three of those service links, as well as a special service, a service that we designed for folks to experience at home. It's not you looking in and watching people doing a service. It's designed like a conversation, sitting down in your living room. And if you want to do that, it's down in there. You can. I encourage you to grab 3 candles so that you can light them along with us as we go through the service, and to grab your Bible so you can follow along. It's a time that if your family were to sit down, you just have simple readings and some beautiful music to help make this time special, to make it a moment to connect, even when maybe you can't come to a worship service like you normally would have expected. The other thing about this season is making those family gatherings is going to be a little bit more complicated this year. Many of us have canceled plans. We're not going to be seeing people the way we anticipate. So how do we make those connections to the history of our family, of who we are, to make those moments? Because kids need those stories, those times to connect with each other. I mentioned this book before, Faithful Families by Tracy Smith, Ideas for Advent and Christmas. And there was an idea in there that we're trying as our family that I just thought was really cool. It's called Sharing Ornament Stories. And since we already have video calls planned with our family all over the country over the course of Christmas Day, the simple idea, I mean, even if you're not doing it over video, you can do it just with your immediate family. But just have everyone grab an ornament off the Christmas tree and show it to each other and explain why it's special to you. What importance does it carry? What memories does it hold? So many times there's these little moments we don't realize about why those things matter. These stories can help to provide a place of grounding for kids, especially in a year where a lot of that grounding's been shaken and moved. And so it's a great way to make those connections and really lean into who you are as a family, and to find foundation in those old things that have happened. So that's just one cool way to do that. But as Christmas Day comes and goes, it moves so fast. It can be very hard to feel like you've even acknowledged it by the end of it. So, how do we slow down and remember and notice that time? A really good way to do that over the course of Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, that's also was in this book that I just think was really cool, was just 4 prayers, and they're all written out in the description below. Just 4 prayers, one before bed, one on Christmas morning, one acknowledging the togetherness and the gift of love that we have, and then one to close Christmas Day, recognizing that Christmas is more than just a singular moment, a time for us to lean into, but something bigger than that. These prayers, I think, are really impactful, especially the last one, because taking time to pause on Christmas Eve before you go to sleep to acknowledge the coming of this time, but then also on Christmas morning, before you get into the busyness of making breakfast and opening presents and all that, just acknowledging the joy and the gift that we have that God's given us in this time. A prayer to acknowledge the gift of love in the togetherness of the gift of loving one another, and how that's something that we've been given by God. And lastly, at the end of Christmas Day, to recognize that even though this particular time of Christmas is ending, that that season continues. And so it's a really great thing to be able to do. And I especially love that last piece because if you've been driving around, you've probably seen those signs that say, "Keep Christ in Christmas." And I know I drive Brittany crazy because every time I see those, I say, "You got to make sure you keep Jesus in Christmas because if you let him out, he might do some real damage." Too often, I think it's safer to keep him in Christmas. I love this, the last prayer at the end of Christmas Day, recognizing that Christmas is something that extends all year, that the Jesus of Christmas is bigger than just this season, but is something for us to celebrate and to love and to lean into all of our days. So these are just some ideas for acknowledging on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. How do we make that special? But then you've got the rest of winter break, and 2021 is right in front of us. How do we look forward to have something to get excited about and to continue doing this? I've got one more idea that I want to share for the beginning of 2021, and something to look forward to, and another just neat little moment to connect as a family to make this season impactful. So that'll be in part 3. You can check it out. I'll see you soon.